Hello and greetings to you. I am Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation. This topic, I have to address it boldly, you might say, because oftentimes what happens is when I do a topic for men, I get comments like, oh yeah, I have to change. And so let me start out by saying that this is one of those topics. This is, my wife has a temper problem. And I'm going to let you know something right off the bat. Changing oneself is really hard. Changing another human being is impossible. Impossible. I don't care who they are. I don't care what you have over them. I don't care what influence you may have. I don't care what manipulative techniques you come up with. So if someone is telling you that you could get your wife to not have a temper problem, they're full of what the birds eat. Here's what's up. Old expression, by the way. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Just do me that favor. Like the video. Do yourself a favor. And let's get going. Now that we've set the bottom line that you're not going to change her, I'm going to agree with you. Your wife has a temper problem. And virtually everyone in the world has a temper problem to one degree or another. What we're really talking about is whether they express it and their temper hits your buttons and then you have a problem. So we're going to talk about this in the way where you can do something about it. I'm going to share with you this incredible technique. I used to be a divorce mediator, by the way. In 2001, I had a revelation because a couple asked me to help save their marriage instead of dissolve it. And so I talked to a bunch of my psychologist friends, where do you think I got my business? And one of my psychologist friends, whose father was a psychologist in Israel, brilliant guy, taught me this technique that I thought was incredible, and I included in my courses. It's called the bowling ball feather technique. When your wife is expressing her anger, when she loses it, when she's gone to her edge, you need to do two things. Number one is you need to recognize, that's not my problem. She's losing it. Number two is you got to get out of the way. And the way you get out of the way is you put this visualization in your mind of a bowling ball being thrown at a feather. What happens to the feather? It cannot be hit. Just the gust of wind, as light as it is, has that feather move out of the way. Be the feather. Now there's a third thing you need to do. And that's what differentiates our stuff at the Marriage Foundation from virtually everyone else out there. And that is, you go back into the very reason that you married your wife. You love her. When you love somebody and your mind, because that's what it is, your mind comes in and says, that's not fair, blah, 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 blah. You put that aside because you're in love. Love comes from the heart. Love is of the soul, hence the term soulmates. You put the mind aside and you keep repeating to yourself, I love you unconditionally, which means it doesn't matter that you have a temper problem. I have a love solution, and you love her, and you learn to love her more and more. Now, obviously, you don't intentionally get her angry, and if you know her as you should know her, you will know the things that pushes her to the tipping point, but no matter what, it's still not your fault. Not your fault. However, because you love her, you want to help her. You get her a glass of water, you be nice to her, you back off. Don't get into arguments, by the way. Ever get into any arguments with your wife because you love her. Arguments never have ever solved anything. They only lead to war. You don't want that in your marriage. You got married to be happy, experience unconditional love, and experience a harmony you can have nowhere else but in your marriage. Go to our website. Download the top 10 do's and don'ts. See what we have to offer. Let's take your marriage and transform it into living heaven. My name is Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. Like this video, leave a positive comment. Notice I said positive comment because I don't want you to hurt my feelings. I'm joking. And subscribe to the channel. God bless you. God bless your wife. And take care. Thank you.